Welcome to Tush Twins on, what are we on? We're on Malcolm
We're on
Presents.
you. We're on
Malcolm, we're on me.
malcolmpresents.com. Yep, Malcolm Presents.
That's why I forget.
Malcolm presents.
Da, 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 da,
Malcolm.
da.
And today,
Malcolm.
what would today be? Is the day before New Year's Eve.
Yep,
It's
New
the
Year's
era
Eve.
of New Year's Eve.
Era of New Year's Eve.
That's what I said. The era of New Year's
Very
Eve.
good.
New Year's
It
Eve.
was good.
Erev.
Erev. You know, what's Erev New Year's Eve, actually. So it's not even Erev.
And it's Shabbat.
It's Shabbat.
It's,
Get the challah out and the wine.
I will have it later.
All right.
The Manischewitz, please.
Oh.
No, but
No.
what I'm gonna have tomorrow though is the screwball concoction that I have the screwball. I actually have to call Abby tomorrow because she has I bought her a bottle of screwball. Her and I did a toast and we used the last bit of it, and so I said
we got two presents for a Christmas party which we didn't open. One was Veuve Clicquot champagne.
Veuve Clicquot.
Yeah. The orange case.
Yeah, beautiful.
Which is a great champagne.
Yeah, love it.
And then we have I forget the name of the scotch. It's a single malt liquor that my son bought me.
McCallum, Glenfiddich.
No, not McCallum. That's not the usual names. They're giving it's like about $120 a bottle.
Ooh.
Okay, that's maybe Middletown.
Yeah, because I always look up the brand.
Oh,
they have
that's one thing I'd ever had to do is look up the brands of any of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm a very big I love scotch. I drink scotch.
This is only 15 years old, and they have one that's I think 25-year-old that was selling for $6.99.
Well, wow. How much you call it? McCallum 25 is selling for $2,600. McCallum 25.
And I think if my son ever bought that, I'd shoot him.
Well, if you
I used to buy that every year for Dennis's birthday. Originally, back 30 some odd years ago, it was $39. Then it went up to $59. Then it went up to $79. Then it went up to $250. And I said, "That's it. I'm not buying it anymore."
And how much is it now?
I just bought him for $2,600 last year. I bought him one.
Wow.
$2,600 for a bottle of scotch.
Scotch, yes.
Oh God, you're insane.
You can taste the difference.
You can taste the difference. You definitely can.
Well, in 2022, I went to Scotland and we went to Edinburgh, and they have this Disney-esque ride about how scotch is made. It literally goes through and has animation, and it's like literally Disney. It's Disney. And they take you into the oldest scotch room in the world with the oldest bottles of scotch, and then they take you into a tasting, and there's different areas of Scotland that make different tasting scotches. And
yes,
I'm the drinker. I drink nothing. My son takes me to Scotland and I'm tasting scotch. I never tasted scotch in my life.
There are different areas. One is a peaty taste, which is a Lefrog. Then there is the ones like McCallum or Glenfiddich or Glenlivet, which is more like McCallum, a very smooth, not smoky.
I did taste the difference. I was able to differentiate between
a difference.
The smoky, and the area where they made that. I mean, there's 5 or 6 areas in Scotland. You know, there's the Highlands, and then there's the areas by the water. I mean, it's
water, the lowlands.
There's different places, but I just kept thinking of you both because I figured, you know, the Haunted Mansion ride, and at the end of the ride there's like ghosts. Well, it's like that ride.
Oh, cool!
An actual ride. And it tells you about how scotch is made. It's bizarre.
And then a bottle of scotch for my birthday. It's in March.
Yeah.
If I would have known that, I would have tried maybe to get you something. But
do you realize you just let a secret out? Mickey was a wino or scotch.
Mickey is a scotch drinker. He was not a wino. He was a drunk.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. He said a Mickey Mouse ride. Disney.
Right. Oh well, it is. It's right. It was a Disney kind of ride.
Was Mickey and Minnie ever married?
I asked them
they
that.
lived in sin.
I asked one time in Disney, they were together, and I said, "Are you two hitched?" And she went, meaning like, no. And I said, "Are you living in sin?" And she went, and I meant
Yes.
that as a yes.
But no kids.
And my son had no idea what
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about. He was like 5, like, okay. The
Okay.
parents around us laughed at least. The kids had no idea what I was asking. But I'm sure they get that question a lot.
By the way, did you do the opening of the show?
Did
The
not.
opening is booze today.
The opening is very quickly. Move over, Lucy and Ethel, Laverne and Shirley, and all the others, because we are the Tush twins.
The
We might
drunken
be drunk
twins.
tonight. Woo.
And not getting drunk tonight, but I'm gonna have some
I
screwball
might.
tomorrow. Screwball is what, redhead?
Okay, Screwball is a whiskey, but it's a peanut butter flavored whiskey.
How do
And
they
the
even
best
do
way to have a
that?
peanut butter, I'm going to give you a great recipe. Everyone out there, they could drink it all year round. You take a glass, say which either a martini glass or some kind of very elegant glass. You take a little bit of jelly, which I love. I
Has
take
to be
jelly
grape
and
though, right?
it has to be grape jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they have the grape jelly Welch's and they have the squeeze bottle and you just squeeze a little on the around the rims and the outside the glass. Then you put in Chambord, which is a raspberry flavored liqueur.
Right.
And
Wow.
then you put this first, you put the Chambord and the whiskey in a shaker and you shake it up really well. And then you
Hmm.
put it in the glass. But before you, oh, I forgot the best thing. You take chopped up, really fine chopped up peanuts and
Ooh.
sugar, and you put it together. You wet the rim and you put the rim into that mixture. So every time you're taking a sip, you have a little bit of peanuts and sugar.
Jelly.
And you can use jelly too.
Well,
It's
you said
delicious. The
you said you
jelly's
put the jelly.
inside, so
I
it's
thought it was on the rim. Okay.
no
So,
jelly's inside the glass for
but if you put a
decoration.
tiny
What do you
bit
do with
around the
You could do a
rim,
tiny bit of the jelly on top,
it'll
then
pick
put
up the
the stuff on it.
nuts.
Yes.
So what do you do with the rye bread?
Rye
You
bread?
dip it in, you have a sip, you take a taste.
I mean,
You should
what good
only
is
know it's
peanut butter and
delicious.
jelly without rye bread?
No, well,
I
peanut
That's the
butter
only way
jelly
I
is
ate
with
jelly,
rye
peanut butter
bread,
and jelly.
white
White rye
bread,
bread.
white
That's the
bread.
only I never ate white bread in my life growing
You
up.
never had
Never.
peanut butter and jelly on white Wonder Bread?
Never.
Kind
My parents would
of,
never have that in
what
the
kind
house.
of kid are you? I
They
don't know.
had peanut butter and jelly on
We
rye bread.
Rye
we'd
bread.
have white bread. We'd have pumpernickel. We'd
Levy's
had
Yeah.
rye bread. Levy's is
cornbread.
the best.
Cornbread. Not the cornbread everyone knows.
No, it's
It's a
actually
cornbread, it's a thicker rye bread with a
right.
different type of seed.
It's
It's so
delicious.
yummy. You
It
can only
was
get that in a kosher bakery.
it was really good. In Brighton, there was like bakeries
Brighton
that
Beach.
had those. Brighton Beach
Brighton
had those.
Beach.
They had those bakeries. So
Sea
so
lanes.
What are
anyway,
you guys doing for New Year's Eve?
I'm visiting. I have reservations for my living room. I'm gonna Zoom you guys also for a
Yeah.
little bit so we can at least have a
7 o'clock.
10-minute toast. I think it was 7:30, something like that.
7 o'clock
And
your time?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's early out west, but
Okay, well, do me a favor, send
And
me a notice on it because
I'm sending out.
I almost forgot this show. You had to call
I
me
know. I know I had to
I
call you. I went
because
like, where the
when
hell is Malcolm?
well, we're not. We usually do the show on Wednesdays.
Right.
Yeah.
Today's Friday.
It threw you off that it's Erev New Year's Eve. So
well, you have to understand everything is so messed up with the holidays and the week and everything.
well,
So
I think people are still even a little, I'll use the word for tootsed.
from
That's
Christmas and Hanukkah.
not only that, but just from the last 2-3 years.
Yes.
People are still not themselves yet. I still find people a little, off somehow. I mean, yeah, they're doing their job, they're
Me?
doing their work, but you're off all the time.
Oh,
Uh,
that's true.
but
It's
I think so. That's part of the age because I noticed my like my son's friends. They're in their 20s.
mhm.
They're doing everything they would normally do.
Yeah, my son's in his 30s and he's doing
Right.
everything.
Whereas my
normally.
friends and the
We're-
older group,
We're not.
they're sort of like a little leery.
Yeah, well,
I am still
because
leery. That's why I'm having all my neighbors you have to walk to my house. You cannot take a car. You could take a golf cart, but even that I don't recommend. But it's like 10 couples down my block. They all live in my neighborhood. They're all coming to my house. They're all bringing stuff because I have the biggest basement.
Are
So
they
they're all coming to
vaxxed?
me.
Or
Hmm?
they all vaxxed? Or
Everyone's
they're,
vaccinated. The rules are you have to take a COVID test before you come.
so they have to take it
That's it. Can't
tomorrow.
come if you have
Or
COVID. I have one friend
Funny,
who's
on
not coming
New
because
Year's Eve you
she's
might have
not
it.
feeling well.
New Year's Eve you might have an empty house.
yeah. No,
No,
there's
well, you
people
know what? I
in
don't
the
care.
and then it doesn't matter to me. I'm just as happy. I just because we're going away. I just don't want to take a chance. I just
Yeah,
don't.
I
I mean,
don't blame you.
we were supposed to go to my great nephew's birthday, his first birthday up in Saratoga tomorrow, and
Mhm.
the drive, number one. Also, it's New Year's. The crazies are out. I might take a 2.5 hour drive
Oh my
with
God, the
with
crazies are nuts. Even here in
yeah,
Crystal Springs,
right.
we're
So,
driving last night and someone comes down the wrong way and almost hits us.
oh,
Wow.
that see,
Dennis
this is
goes,
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
so Dennis goes out of the car and says to them, "You're going the wrong way." Says, "Well, move your car." And Dennis goes, "No." And he has kids in the back with his wife. He
Wait a minute.
says,
He's going the wrong way, and he
he's
says
telling us
no.
to move the car.
He's telling
So
you to
Dennis
move the
gets out of
car.
the car. So he gets out of the
Oh
car, Dennis,
no.
and tells him, "No, you move it. No, you move it." So Dennis goes, "Rusty, call the police." And I'm going like this on my phone. I wasn't doing it. The
Right.
guy all of a sudden backed up and went the right way.
But I tell you, today there's so much the road rage. I would.
I
I
wouldn't
would
mess. I would not mess with anyone. I mean, what was it like? You couldn't pass each other? I don't understand.
I
What
could have
kind
moved
of?
over a little bit for him to pass me, but no, I refused. Dennis told me, no, do not let them through. He was going so fast, and I had to honk him. Another person went, he says, "Well, I was following my friend."
Uh, uh,
People are nuts.
yeah.
People
Well, that brings us to
to this year.
2022, and I don't even know how to describe the year anymore. It's just conspiracy theories seem to rule. People still believe stuff. The earth is flat. JFK's Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, JFK Jr. is still alive. Democrats are eating babies in this pizza place with, Clinton has a knife and
Hold it.
fork, you know,
Yummy.
right? Delicious
I'm a
babies.
Democrat.
I love them demi babies. And it's just COVID is a population control.
I don't know what you believe, but I'm starting to believe it.
Are you?
Definitely.
That's
Well, I have
population
to put my
control.
horns down once in a while so
Oh
people
yeah.
can't see them.
But getting back to the new year, for some reason, and I'm not sure why, there's no excitement.
Why should there be? It's like it used to be, we would even, we'd meet our friends, we'd go out to dinner, we'd go to the city, even just, I mean, a lot of times we went to see Gilbert and Sullivan, which
Yes.
they're back, they're doing HMS Pinafore. And
Pinafore, I
under
love it.
under normal conditions, I would have met Mel and more, and we would have gone to the city it just isn't the same. And you want to do something, it's just you shouldn't really do something. And again, we're going away in 10 days or so, and I just don't want to chance also anybody who has something. I don't know. It's just now that you've been through almost 3 years of this, you want to do more stuff, and I don't know. It's just it's crazy.
Still
But
doing more stuff, but it's like
yeah,
very weary and going when people, I haven't been to a movie or a theater
neither
in
have
three
I.
years.
Me either. I mean, I wanted to see the new movie. I think it's called The Fablemans or something. I
Yes, I
want
want to see the
it's
Fablemans.
supposed to be really, really good.
They'll be on Netflix or something very
I
soon.
mean, he saw Avatar last week in the city. It's 3 hour plus movie.
I can't sit through that anymore.
It was an IMAX 3D.
Wow.
Oy.
He felt like he was in the water. He said the graphics were so amazing. He said there was no plot really to speak of, but he said you literally felt, and he snorkels a lot, that you were in the water.
Was his
That's,
skin wrinkled at the end? The
probably, I
fingertips?
don't know. He never, he'll talk about a movie, but the way he talked about it in terms of his it was a fantastic experience the way they were able to get the animation and the CGI and do all that stuff to the level that you literally felt you could be inside that movie.
But,
So,
I don't want to see it.
right, but
I didn't see the first one.
I
first
haven't
one was
I've seen it on
good.
TV. I mean, the first one.
No, you got to be in a big screen for that. Yeah.
But you know something, I don't know if the lack of excitement for New Year's Eve is based on the on COVID or just I've seen too many New Year's Eves. I mean, I remember as high school and college, and when I was with my girlfriend, we always had to have something planned,
Right.
and it was a party and go with our friends and toast the new year. And I never I never had an urge to go to Times Square, but we always watched it on television. And we always did the countdown.
The closest I got to that really was in oddly enough 2019. We were in the city, with Mel, and we weren't that far away. We were in the 50s, the mid 50s, and not far. You can see the glow from it, and it was crazy because it was empty on those blocks. It was like the Times Square was a vortex and just sucked everyone in, and the rest of the city, there was no one around. There's no one in the city,
and once you're in there, you can't go to the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
That
what the hell is that about? That is
no.
It's ridiculous. You can't go to, you have to wear Depends. What, does everyone poop their pants while they're standing in line? I mean,
well, that's what I'm thinking. As we get older, what I'm thinking is, where do I go to the bathroom?
It's not just you, though. I mean, it has to be
to admit it.
Right. But people, one of the years, I think the sponsor was Depends. Every year they have a sponsor. And I think one year it was actually Depends. I was laughing my butt off. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I said, because how many people are wearing Depends right now?
Are you guys old enough to remember Guy Lombardo?
Well, old Lang Syne, he did. I remember that.
Yeah, but he always had, I think this was prior to Dick Clark.
Yes.
You grew up with Dick Clark.
Well, I know.
Grew up with Dick Clark, Guy Lombardo. I know who he is.
Right,
I know he
Guy
Lombardo
and his band, right? His band of renown. Yeah, and he did he always did the New Year's Eve stuff. But then
and that's when I was with my parents, and they, in their house, and we always used to watch that on TV.
Right. And then, Dick Clark came and brought some life into it. So
yeah, we always spend New Year's Eve together.
Yeah,
most of our life
doing
either whoever's parents' house it is, we're at the other house.
Oh, my parents would have epic parties with
yes.
They
all did.
Chick Dorr fell asleep on the coat bed. Izzy Pitt.
Oh, I remember that. I heard stories about that.
How old were you guys before you stopped having New Year's with your parents and went with your friends?
We never were with our parents because our parents always had parties.
So we were at the other people's houses. Right. So
we always spent it together with either my brother or someone was watching us as young ones. And then by the time we were 12, we were babysitting for my sister and hanging out.
Right. But in high school, I know there were parties.
We did parties.
We did some parties. We never liked them, though.
No.
We always left like right after, and we were never thrilled with the parties for some reason. I just don't know why. And you build it up in your head, and you build it up and build it up and build it up, and then it's like, meh.
One of my favorite parties, though, Maxine, we had at your house, and someone didn't turn the flume on to the
well, that was
fireplace, and we were blowing up balloons, and the next day we had to repaint the living room.
We had a couple of epic parties. People were sleeping on the floor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This was when my house, we were first in the house a couple of years or
Mhm.
something. Oh yeah, that was a party.
That was a fun party.
And then we went, because it was snow on the ground. I had sleds outside. So after
Yep.
New Year's, we went out and we went sleigh riding outside. It was
And then we used to
was-
get
it was
dressed up and go out for
food and
dinners.
party. That was like epic. Yeah, because the balloons were on the ceiling, and because of the magnetism of the balloon, the smoke from the chimney, which didn't go up the flue, went onto the ceiling. So I had
Black spots all
spots
over, like
all over
polka
the
dots.
ceiling, and it was like,
And the walls.
and then, well, I saw you. I saw Alan. Alan
Alan,
with some girl. I don't know who the girl was.
Patrice.
No,
Wasn't it
no,
Patrice?
no, no,
No.
no, 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 no.
Before
There was,
Patrice?
yes, there's another
Because that was a
girl.
Mark.
Okay, there was another girl we knew. I don't remember her name, but she and Alan somehow found a ladder, and in the morning I come down and they're washing the ceiling, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then people were just literally on the couch or on the floor sleeping, and
Right.
they're washing the ceiling. See, if I would have had this back then, boy,
Well,
Where
we
there
was
would
could
have
have
been
been taking
there
videos
was
of
some
crazies.
blackmail going on.
was this at your parents' house or your house?
No, at her
No,
house
my house up
Oh.
in Chappie
in
Land.
Chappaqua.
Oh, the house
There
on
was
that.
it was some.
We're
We had a couple.
adults.
We had a couple. Yeah, we had
I
one
had a few
room.
in my house.
One room was the adult room. Yeah, the infamous Les putting it on fast speed.
Well,
Okay.
I'm just wondering something. I was thinking, was New Year's Eve? Wait, I didn't hear that. What was that?
Oh
The sound
man.
effects.
Oh, there was one room that had, like, Debbie Does Dallas running in a loop.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
So we have to talk about the people that passed this year also.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Unfortunately, the first one of the year is one of my favorites. I'm really very sad.
I know. I remember talking
Poor
about
Milltown
Milltown Mel.
Mel died on Groundhog's Day before he was able to give
Predict.
us his prediction. May he
Right.
rest in Groundhog heaven.
Right. Groundhog Mel didn't.
Well, I'm on the serious side. My brother passed away this year.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear
Sorry.
that. That
Yeah,
I'm
that-
sad.
Yeah, before his he was 87.
Mhm.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his
There
own.
was there's been the last few couple of
Christine
weeks,
McVie.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Pele.
people.
If Haley
Yeah.
died the
Lot.
other day.
The other day, yeah, just recently, and my sister-in-law's mom, one of our great button hook
But
people, her mom.
the problem is most of the people passed away, a little older than me. Now I'm becoming the top level.
Yeah, you got to
Not
go
to
into one.
us.
You got to go
Not to
into
us.
It's all right. When we all go, our heads will be in a jar like in Futurama, and we'll be able to have a podcast. So
I wonder when I go to the afterworld, can I have a podcast? Yeah, that's it.
that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
You know Futurama, the show, right? The cartoon. Well, a lot of the times they have all the people on a shelf, just their heads. Disney is cryogenically frozen. So is the baseball player. Was it Hank Williams?
Hank
He's
Williams.
Isn't he cryogenically
Excuse me,
frozen?
Ted
Yes, he
Williams.
is.
Oh, excuse
Ted
me,
Williams.
Ted
Ted
Williams,
Williams.
not Hank Williams.
Hank Williams was the
He's
country
the
singer.
singer, right? Ted Williams. Ted Williams is cryogenically frozen with Disney. I mean, if they ever wake up together, what a combo.
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Neither
And what
do
if they have
I.
a blackout?
No, I don't know. Things are weird.
I have a hard enough time with life versus worried about afterlife.
And
Well,
some really good things happened this year, but some very stupid things happened this year.
do you know what I'm hereafter? You mean, do you believe in the hereafter? Do you know what I'm hereafter? That's what that just reminded me of. But anyway, what were you going
I
to
know
say?
what I'm here after.
Okay. All right. What are you going to
Well,
say?
we have to
Here
talk
after.
about everything that was crazy this season, this year, starting with, of course, the death of Milltown
Yeah, Mel.
Mel. And then also we had January 6th.
Oh yeah,
That
that
was
was
2021, right? That was
no.
that was
No, it was this
22?
year.
Yeah.
22.
Was it 22?
No,
Wasn't
it
it?
happened
No,
after the
when was it?
2020 election,
Oh, okay. Never
2021.
mind. That's still in my head.
Well,
But you know what?
because
Kanye.
the committee came, it was this year we were inundated with information
committee.
from the January 6th committee that was trying to do the right thing and trying to get the
Yes.
information to the people. But then some of the people, I'd
Got
say
indicted.
a quarter to third, not as much as should be. I mean, to me, there are things that are just going on that shouldn't be. I don't know.
Not the right people. I mean, they were,
Not the right people.
they were
But
sort of,
Maxine, do
they
you
were
believe
this,
in birds?
I do believe in birds, and as a matter of fact, this morning I heard a really loud bird, and he was going shark, shark. No,
Is that my brother?
don't they all sound like they're saying shark, shark?
that was Steve Allen used to schmack, schmack.
Right.
Yeah, my brother used to do that.
That's the Steve Allen thing on the night show when he was one of
Yeah.
the original MC.
Steve
The Tonight
Allen,
Show.
Jack Parr. Yeah, they did the Tonight Show. They before the one who can't be surpassed, which is Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson.
Nobody to me is can come close, really. But
Well, birds are not real.
birds are
That's
not
what they're
real.
saying.
Right. There is, there's a lot of, as I said, there's a lot of theories, a lot of conspiracy theories.
Getting
Again,
back to New Year's, are you guys making any New Year's resolutions, or do you?
we're not there yet. We're first
Not
up.
the-
We got to go through this conspiracy
Oh,
theories.
okay,
And
well, do it fast because we only have 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Are
What was
birds
your-
real?
Conspiracy. Maxine, go quick.
Are birds real? I don't know. Birds aren't real. Are they real? Well, this guy said, he starts this thing saying birds are not real. That it's a conspiracy theory, basically, that because billions of birds were destroyed by the government, they had to make robotic birds to replace them. And then these birds are like they like the people who
Big Bird is watching
no,
you.
like the people think that the vaccine has a chip in it. Well,
Yep.
these birds think that these people think the birds are robots.
They're drones.
They're
They're
drones.
robotics, and they're keeping an eye, on everybody. But what it actually, and this started a while back, but then this Gen Z guy, started it again, and said birds aren't real, and this started people looking into this movement, like, how could you say birds aren't real? I mean, it went viral on TikTok, and it just, even they protested outside of Twitter, which they should be doing now, demanding that they change the bird logo because this is not good. But it really turned out to be something by Gen Z making a commentary that there's so many conspiracy theories, and people don't believe, people believe stuff that you shouldn't believe
Mhm.
in. And this was so preposterous, and that people were believing it was just an example of them showing, look what we've come to. Like, people believe birds aren't real? Really? I mean,
And what's that crap coming down on my car?
I know. Well, it's not real poop. It's from the robots. It's special material that when it lands on you, it tracks you. I mean, this is to the point, it just is. It's something
stupid.
that people think that,
It's stupid.
well, it's,
Dumb.
it's
Stupid.
just something that, to show people that this is what people believe in. They believe in these things when they're not true. And so it was a they were giving it like, hey, this is so absurd. It's so absurd. How can this be a possible thing? And so
But it could be.
but the guy got press. The guy was a
Not.
whole giant article in New York Times, all the publications. They had him on. He's talking about it. This all from this thing. Birds aren't real. And
Well,
people believing birds aren't real.
my original conspiracy was JFK.
Right.
And now
Yeah.
I heard something which was never followed up, that the FBI and the CIA had Lee Harvey Oswald on the radar
Right.
before the assassination.
Oh, they did. That's what they said.
Right. And nothing was done about it.
Hmm.
Why not? Why wasn't he tracked? Why didn't they know that he was?
Conspiracy.
Well, you
It-
know,
it-
there are certain conspiracies, there's certain things that you think might be, they weren't following it up for reasons. And what
Right,
are
but-
those reasons? It's like they don't believe they landed on the moon. They think it was
Well, here's
a
one more
back.
conspiracy thing, one more crazy thing for the New Year's, and we'll get to our resolutions really fast. Kanye or Ye thinks that Hitler was a cool guy.
Yee.
Yee.
Holy
But
yee. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
holy Jesus.
that's a whole
That's
thing.
another story in itself. We'll talk about that next year. But
You know,
I just read something in Facebook that no one has been able to contact him for the last few days.
oh yeah.
well, maybe we'll
well.
He's
get
not
lucky.
answering
He
any
went up
phones.
to
I'm not saying a
the
word. I say nothing. I don't know
I
nothing.
know
I say
nothing.
nothing. No way I'm saying anything. Sealed lips.
Field
I
on
just
license, yeah.
because now I'm looking at birds in a whole new way. It's just I don't know. I mean, there were a few things. Also, the
Well,
other
don't look,
thing
this
is,
can't get in your eye.
you know, there was also the slap heard around the world at the Oscars with Will
Yep.
Smith, and just stuff that happened, and people, you know, that was in the news for months, you know, months and months and months.
Did he
I
have a new
saw it
movie
in,
Did Will Smith have a new movie come out or came out?
yeah, he has a new movie now. He's
How's it doing?
he's
Do you
trying to
know?
redeem himself. I don't know.
I won't watch it.
I would think, you know, he has to be in major therapy at this
Well,
point.
I don't know what we're getting. One day we'll have that discussion, not now, but I don't think, I mean, I think he should be forgiven. He was a good guy before. He's never done anything bad
Yeah,
until
well,
that one moment. Of course, he did it before, millions of people.
Well, that
it-
was dumb. He is a
Right.
good actor. He is a
okay.
he's
I
a
saw,
weird father.
yeah,
He and his
yeah.
wife are weird
Yeah,
parents,
they're weird
but
parents. They're parents. They're not exactly your typical
Yeah.
quote unquote normal parents.
Well,
But
my parents aren't multi-million-dollar, movie stars.
I saw
At
Will
least mine
Smith.
were, and I don't know about yours.
I I saw the movie that he won the Oscar for about
mhm.
the Williams sisters, and he was excellent.
Yeah, that was
I
a good.
and to me, you know, I was touting his performance, and then I was looking forward to the Oscars to see if he would win. And then when all this happened, I
Like to
was
say,
like,
when all hell broke loose.
yeah, I
Anyway,
know shit happens,
guys,
but quick resolution then. Go ahead.
resolutions.
Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Max.
resolution. I don't know. I think that trying to be calmer if possible about things, because when you see all
Never
this stuff,
happened for me.
yeah,
Are,
if
are,
people,
are you getting
I don't.
are you getting a frontal lobotomy?
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
Lobotomy.
But
Mine is not drinking coffee for one day. I could do that.
You got to toss it. You got to flick your cigar.
That's a silly thing I've ever heard.
not one day of no coffee. Okay,
One
good for
day,
you.
and I could actually do that. So
I'm going to
my
get a
resolutions
cappuccino
are
right
great.
now. I'm going outside. I'm
to be
trying.
near you that day.
No. Oh,
Oh no, you don't. Maxine knows me, but I don't drink coffee.
oh, I've seen
I have
her
an idea. Do it on the day we have a show.
with no coffee.
Uh-oh.
No coffee.
Oh no, no coffee, no
Yeah.
soup for you. No,
Okay.
it's you
The
know,
day
I
of the
just
show. Let's see how you change.
let's see
Okay.
if we can have. My other resolution is to, well, not a resolution, but a hope that things become more sane. I mean, we're living in like insanity,
Insanity. Mhm.
and we
I
need
agree.
people to become more sane,
That's not a resolution. That's a prayer.
well, I said it wasn't a really resolution, it was a hope. You know, I
Om
want people.
Shanti, Shanti.
Right. So, we didn't get your resolution, Malcolm, because we gotta
Yeah,
peace
what's
out.
yours?
I don't do resolutions because I break them before the first hour. What do
Okay.
you do?
Well,
I resolve to lose weight. I always resolve to lose weight. I
so does
resolve
everybody.
to diet.
Yeah.
I go on about 5-6 diets a year.
Do you? Well,
I resolve to be a better person. I'm the best person I can be.
You're a
And I'll
dirty
never
old
be the
man.
best person.
Well, I'm a dirty old man, but I've been a dirty old man since I've been about 14.
You're a young guy with an old soul, huh?
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
And
that that makes a lot of sense. So it all coming to me now, Malcolm. Young man with an old soul. All right. Well, we just
I'm an old woman with a young soul.
me
Benjamin
too.
Button.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
it,
you go-
Benjamin Button movie? With,
Right. Yeah, you
Benjamin
go
Button.
backwards or something.
right.
Yep.
I was born old.
Yeah, again,
No,
old
I was
soul.
born a brat.
And what's your resolution, Paula?
She just
Not
said
drinking
no
coffee for
coffee.
one day, and try to be. I can never be calmer. I can't do that.
Mm.
I could try to be nicer.
You're a bitch. You ran on you like you walk with her in the city, and if there's anyone her way, it could be a tourist, it could be a person with a kid with a baby carriage, and she'll like, move the F over. It's like,
I'll try not to do that next year.
I like to see that to believe it. Move out of the way. You know, and I'm like,
move out of the way,
oh,
bitch.
exactly. That's what happens. And
Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
Anyway.
are we cool for next Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Regular
Yes.
time.
Regular time. Next
Regular
year.
time.
We'll see you
Okay,
next
next year.
year. Wishing
next
everybody a healthy, happy, peaceful, productive. Try to do something good. Try to pick a cause that fits your passion, and
Do something nice for somebody, a stranger. Just if someone's in front of you and they can't find change, buy them the coffee. Dennis and I do that all the time when we go to the grocery store.
What
If you
decade were
need
you?
to help someone.
Change for coffee?
Hey,
Yeah,
there
they're
is
looking
no-
for,
You mean
$1,
for
$2, a $5 bill for coffee.
we're in Starbucks, and I just ordered my double espresso latte. It's $7.50. Oh, here's the money.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've
guys.
done that.
So both of you are staying home, right?
Yes,
so
I am.
I'm
I have
staying in the
friends
hood.
coming over.
But we'll see each other because I'm zooming you both.
Yeah,
and some other
we're
people.
a bunch of send me a link or send me.
I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do
call.
that right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll send you the link because everyone asked me for the
Anyway,
link.
guys, and also for you out there, if you're going to a party and away from home and you're driving, do not drink. And if you drink,
Stay
either
there.
have someone drive you, leave the car there and pick it up the next day,
Call
or
an
take
Uber
an
or something.
or a cab or something. But
100%.
that's one of the things that we can't avoid. There's so many people who get killed driving, and it doesn't have to be your fault, because there are a lot of maniacs out there.
The key to this is common sense. Be safe and do the right thing. That's it.
But try to have a happy New Year.
Right. Try to enjoy. Click the glasses. Have a little bit, and if you don't drink, have the the sparkling stuff.
Cider. I got plenty of that in the house.
Sparkling cider is great, and enjoy yourselves.
Do your drinking, but before you start drinking, take all your clothes off. Put them away so you don't.
Okay, excuse me.
So you don't know where it is, so you can't.
And you don't know where your keys are. Goodbye.
Right.
All right, gang.
All right, everyone. Happy, healthy to
Happy,
all.
healthy. Remember the Tush twins for
The Tush
2023 coming up.
Year.
See you next year.
Bye.
Ciao.
Shalom.
Ciao, ciao.